Good morning, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early, like right now at 4:45 a.m. Guys, it's early on the West Coast. I'm not sure what y'all are doing right now at 4:45 in the morning, but I'm up, and I did not wake up like this. This is work. Thanks for joining us here. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about wealth, money, 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 money. At times, certainly in the activist communities that I'm a part of, wealth, money, it's a complicated topic, because people with money, historically, at times have done really terrible things, especially the people of color in terms of exploitation. The capitalist system, which is about wealth accumulation in many ways, and at times has used black people as a commodity. It commodifies individuals and things of value to create wealth. So wealth itself has gotten a bad rep, and at times in those contexts, deservedly so. But wealth is good. Money is not a bad thing. Money is a good thing. And because it provides opportunities, it gives you power. And also in this world, certainly in America, because our system's not going to change right now or overnight, although we need to certainly tweak it in order to accrue power more effectively and to be ahead of the game. We, in my opinion, need to create wealth. I mean, not just money, but property, and we call generational wealth, being able to pass it down to our children and our children's children and begin to build infrastructure and have our own, so we aren't having to go and beg and other people for stuff. In our society, as we know, justice oftentimes is influenced by money. It shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. So as we begin to work on that system, we need to also along until we can tweak it so that it's more equitable. We have to also live and take care of our kids and handle our families. And so I am arguing on this particular episode that we need to make that money. So thanks for being here. So we have a really interesting, somewhat complicated show planned for today, especially for a spiritual show talking about money. I need my money. So yeah, thanks for joining us. If you you can go to, I don't typically talk like that, Monday, but we're just having fun today. So you can go to Productive Through Joy, Monday, productivethroughjoy.com and see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. We love and respect you here. Thanks for joining us. A few words about myself before I move on. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed list. Or if I talk like that all the time in all my classes and as a professor, but welcome today to class. I am the author of the acclaimed historical novel, America's author of the Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a Theory of American Literatures. I'm the board president of a really wonderful nonprofit called The World Stage here in Los Angeles. If you ever come to LA, especially once the pandemic is behind in our rear view mirror, you got to come down to the World Stage. For now, you can check us out at theworldstage.org. We live stream many of our events now. So yeah, look for us. It's a great nonprofit. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast. I say it because people are oftentimes surprised to hear this story, given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of I seem the light is not bright enough. I was like, a little better, guys. Bam! I just upgraded my light. I'm the product of a young girl who was assaulted at age 16, gave birth to me at age 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee who at the time, who was amazing. But at the time, there was no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD at his cool. Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, I think I like talking like that, through joy. I believe that many people can, in their own way, in their own lanes, and can circumnavigate some of the incredible institutional barriers that many of us, including me, have to navigate as Black people, people of color, POC on this planet. So Thanks for joining us. Today, again, we're talking about wealth. Let's dive in. So, point one is, wealth begins with wealth consciousness. It's an inside game, literally. And I mentioned that first because, like many people, including me, I don't come from money, and so I looked at money as kind of like a dirty thing. People, the robber barons, people who made these incredible sums of money, did a lot of bad stuff. I mean, my people were used literally as property, as a commodity. The commodification of black people helped to build American wealth. So I have a very, as many black people do, complicated relationship to wealth, right? And so point one is that you want to just really do some due diligence and think about what you think about in a metacognitive way. Think about what you think about wealth and money and what those attitudes are, right? And hopefully I'll encourage you to think about it as an opportunity to provide opportunity. I call them justice and abundance opportunities. Uh, as a sidebar, so I've been involved in many as an adult. From the time I was 18, a freshman in college, many types of justice activist-oriented campaigns, programs, organizations. I've been involved in a nonprofit organization for a very long time now in various capacities, the world stage, serving in many capacities, typically not paid. I volunteer my time, hoping to provide things for the better good of my community. It's activism in the community. We providing a gathering space. I mean, that's what I really believe in. So I've done that a lot. And so what I've seen in various ways is that so often what I would call the good people, people are not just good and bad. I'm just using that as kind of in a vernacular way, but the good people, as we say in LA, the good brothers, the good sisters, we're oftentimes out-resourced, right? And we find ourselves up against the eight ball, up against difficulties so often. So that's just my experience. I know some of my colleagues have a very different point of view, which is I'm open to talk about it. Hopefully they'll reach out and talk about this show. And they are anti-capitalist, and certainly we need to certainly have a critique on capitalism, no doubt. And that can be tweaked and I think addressed for sure. I'm open to that conversation always. And right now, though, we are living in this system and we have to deal, as we say in the neighborhood. So that's just point one. We got to deal. Well, point two is, well, how do you deal? And your deal is, as I hinted at, which is really point two, is by starting in your mind to develop what we call a wealth consciousness. I call it more of an abundance consciousness. So wealth is not just money, although money is an important part of it. Money is just energy. It gives you resources, allows you to put your kids in school, put your kids through school, allows you to live at the beach or wherever you want to live, allows you to build infrastructures in your communities, build organizations, fund nonprofit like the world stage. We need money at the world stage. We're a nonprofit, and so part of my agenda is to fund the nonprofits that I think are doing important work on the planet, fund organizations, fund Black Lives Matter, fund the movement for Black Lives. It takes money to have those commercials. There's such propaganda against Black people. A part of what needs to happen is we need to have a propaganda machine, educational machine that can resist, that can be a counterbalance to some of the propaganda about us, just for example. And that takes money. We can pretend that it doesn't take money, and we still can do work without all that money, but it makes the work easier and more attractive and more sustainable, which goes into point three. When I talk about wealth, I'm talking about generational wealth, having not just wealth so we can buy shiny cars. I'm not even a materialistic person. I don't. I mean, I like nice things, but that doesn't really. Sure, I like nice stuff. Who doesn't want like nice stuff? But that doesn't really float my boat. That's not what I'm about. And I'll take it if it's here. But I know that it's about love and community and peace and health and wealth and wholeness and spirituality. That's my thing. But it also doesn't mean that I can't have a nice ride or I can't live at the beach or I can't have whatever I want to have because it's mine and I can afford it. I mean, that's also cool as well. And then I can afford to help individuals and organizations that I want to help support, So, and do it for my kids and their kids too. Not do all things for them, but give them opportunities. When we have that when you make that type of money, you have to also, in my opinion, don't just give it to the kids. You got to help them to, because that can also be very dangerous. We know people who are heirs. A lot of times, those heirs of million and billionaires, they have a lot of problems. So there's also a danger in that. So it does take some planning and some strategic operational maneuvers when you give money to your kids or offer opportunities to their kids. But generally, it's better than being broke. Boom, goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We love and respect you here. We'll see you when? We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces, I'm out.